maid, but as a hotel we have teams. We have a team. We have a family. So now I'm going to share with you one of the moments as a team we got success. There was a guest who arrived, but we got the message that they're looking for a luxury resort. But our resort is luxuriously back to the nature. No shoes, no news. But when guests arrived, he was not happy at all because he was looking for gold finishes, marble tiles, and stuff like that. But as a team, we managed to genuinely, kindly explain and show with our performances what service, what luxury we were saying. And he initially wanted to leave, but instead of that, he came for 2 weeks. He extended 1 more week and stayed with us. And then after that, again, next year he returned back. So these connections, understanding the guest, knowing the guest, and then serving them makes the wow moment. And that's what we are looking for, and that's what we are trying to do. Thank you so much.
Really, you've done the best hospitality, and as compared to, we are in the service industry, and that's what we provide. And if we get the best service with hospitality, I think everyone's going to return to the hotel. Mr. Teg, it can be tough for smaller hotels to keep up with new technologies. From the association point of view, how do you help hotels in Nepal collectively to overcome these hurdles? Because I feel like a lot of the unbranded or the non-branded or the smaller categories of hotels, they have their own way of using the technologies and the marketing other platforms. How these hotels can combine all these smaller hotels so that they can introduce these kind of technologies which happens in the bigger ones? And is there any association or probably you're working upon those hotels to get a better marketing as well as the sales, introducing the technology? So that's why. Sorry, I'm just thinking all these smaller hotels, they don't have exactly the same technology or the AI softwares or let's say operas and all such things. How do you see these small hotels fighting with these bigger ones in terms of the technology, and how important is this technology for these smaller hotels, to compete with the bigger ones?
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So first of all, I am safe and sound. You didn't ask me about how are you or something. How is Nepal?
That's wrong, because we are in this business, and the first thing I should have asked was something like, how are you?
All right, so first of all,
sorry, panelists.
Call through you, I would like to assure you that we are safe and sound. So it was only the issue of 27 hours that Nepal was under protest. So everything is back on track now. So thank you so much. Because of that, I am able to stand before you and answer your question.
Guilty.
So as far your question is concerned, so Hotel Association Nepal, together with other stakeholders, including governments, so we have been putting our efforts and energy in bringing improvements in the overall hospitality industry in Nepal. So particularly we live in the era of ICT, and in this era of digitalization, we still have to do a lot. However, our international brand hotels and most of the prominent properties, they have already implemented their digitalization tools in operations. However, still there are many hotels outside valleys and especially in different provinces. So we've not been able to digitalize them. Still, Hotel Association Nepal is launching different types of workshops, seminars, and digital literacy is being imparted to the staffs, because we have experienced that a kind of skill gap is still felt in the domain of digital improvement. So we talk about now digital PMS systems. Digital marketing has been the old cliche. However, we are now we have jumped into the domain of AI, artificial intelligence. So how we can integrate those elements? These things are being undertaken by Hotel Association Nepal. So still what I think is this journey can't be covered overnight, so it takes a long time. However, NTO, Nepal Tourism Board, national agencies, as well as our provincial bodies, we have devoted our initiatives, and hopefully we will be able to maximize them, we will be able to optimize those PMS system, revenue management systems, and especially the tourist standard hotels, up to tourist standard hotels and star hotels, they come under the ambit of Hotel Association Nepal. But there are other properties which are not licensed, which are not star, are not under us. However, we have shoulder that responsibility, and regular trainings and digital literacy, as well as the most important thing Hotel Association Nepal did is e-learning platforms. You can also log on to those sites and they will be enlightened.
That's a very good initiative.
This
That's
is
a
what I
very
can tell
extended
now.
way of teaching people in terms of hospitality. Like
Yeah, so
sometimes.
this is not only the case of Nepal, I think this is rampant everywhere among us.
No, no, that's great. And sorry for my thing. I should have asked. It's shocking what happened in Nepal, but I guess I believe the things have gone a bit calm now, and I hope it remains like that.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Mr. Again, again, many countries are talking about sustainability too. From Bhutan's perspective, you balance the need for revenue growth with the goal of protecting your beautiful environment and culture. Because I guess that place should be conserved, or probably the way it has been utilized. But at the end of the day, you need revenue as well. With the more hotels opening up, with the more tourists coming up, sustainability will go for some haywire. But then, how do you manage to maintain everything?
Thank you. Let me ask one question here in this August gathering. How many of you paid to Bhutan? Can you raise your hands, please? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, very few. Well, just to say a few words about Bhutan, it is nested between giant China and our India, a small country with a population of around 700,000 people. 700,000, less than a million. So recently, before COVID, we were, a little bit free with the tourists, especially the regional tourists. But when coming to after pandemic, Bhutan has imposed simple, the fee we call sustainable development. As you are aware, that Bhutan, promotes basically the high value and low impact, principle. So recently our government has introduced this SDM, that is the Sustainable Development Fee. Basically the foreigners we charge $200, which has been brought down to $100 per day per person, in case if you want to visit. And for our regional tourists from Bangladesh, from India, the SDF is 1,200 rupees per day per person. So when it comes to the sustainability, Bhutan focuses or promotes the very principle of sustainability in tourism. Now we are shifting to regenerative, after the COVID, we are shifting to the regenerative tourism principles, whereby we work hard, we try to promote ourselves, we try to market ourselves in the international arena. So in a way, our association, we are working so hard. We are working this new team, especially the team from the association. We work hard, and we try to promote our industry, the tourism and the hospitality industry. Try to show our presence online with the help of digital marketing. We do many things. So basically,
And you use all the sustainability practices in the hotels.
yes, when it comes to the sustainability, we try to the association, we encourage our member of hotels to use eco-friendly practices, whereby we use waste segregation, and like I said, green initiatives. That's what we promote. Just to share, recently we are in touch with one of the NGOs in Nepal, to carry out green initiative projects in most of the countries. In a way, that we promote basically.
No, I've not been to Bhutan yet, but I guess that is one place on my list, and I really want to go. But if knowing how beautiful it looks like, definitely
Thank you, sir. Just to take a moment, the main reason why we are here is, basically to make, the networking. Maybe we hope that, the next SATA will be in Bhutan. So, thank you so much.
I'm looking for the concerned person who's going to make sure that started to Bhutan. Okay, Nazami, Colombo is a very competitive market. What's your go-to strategy for using data or to stay a step ahead and make sure the pricing is just right? I believe, what has happened in Colombo in the past 2 years, a lot of hotels have been open. Especially the branded ones as well. I believe the Marriott, which is coming up, Residence Garden, which is planned. And when people from outside they look at those brands as compared, what is that some sentiment which is doing in terms of just being a step ahead from them?
Pricing is a hot topic in the city of Colombo. It's always been since I've been here. But I think cinema hotels, where we differ from the sort of international brands, is that we're a local brand. We have that locality, authenticity, and the reason SATA is here is the very reason is that the service levels and we provide local authenticity and also the service which match the local. So we are proud that as a group that's what we breathe on. In terms of the pricing strategy, as I said, it's a hot topic. In Colombo, there is always going to be the price war. But for me, speed and agility is the number one strategy for pricing. It's not necessarily the discounting culture, but it's how quick you make a decision on change the pricing. So AI, all the tools we have, all the systems in that, it gives us the insights for our revenue management teams and sales teams to make that decision confidently and also informed decisions. So the next thing I wanted to say is that we have slightly shifted a bit at our thinking process, maybe with all these data-driven reports we get. It's that we focus on profitability. It's not very much revenue management or sales. Look at that front. And look at historically, traditionally, they always look for their power, based on occupancy. But we shifted to see from a total revenue point of view, where in terms that its profitability is also looked at. And the culture for that is that the tools we have, the STRs and the OT insights or the light, so for all of these tools we have, and they're actually they're sharp as our thinking. So that's balancing that with our quick vision process, with the backend tools we have. That's what our focus on.
Yeah, I can see the service and hospitality. I've been staying here from last night, so it's exceptionally good. I have to say that. But I believe with years to come, Colombo is going to be bombarded with a lot of hotels, and that will be the time the actual price war is going to start. We're going to reduce the prices, we're going to up the prices. So I believe that's a very good tool of probably you'll be using in terms of analyzing all this thing and getting the price right. But how do you tackle this price war? Let's say with brands like Philippine or Coffee Card or ITC doesn't have that.
And we focus on our guest excellence and services. That's what we provide the job. And our people. And our people are at the forefront. So they make or break a brand. Yes, the international brands can have the booking engines and everything. That's okay. That is larger brands.
So you think the customer is going to return to you?
Yes, they will return to us because our people make it work. But to make the decision on the pricing strategies that these tools are in.
So I believe service or the hospitality is a major way to get the customers back.
Absolutely.
Rather than paying for the next price. Just for beyond room bookings, what are some of the most creative or effective ways you found to increase the non-room revenue from things like spa, restaurants, or unique activities in the hotel? Especially being in Maldives, spa is something like everyone would want to go for or use it.
Thank you for the question. HIH is a city hotel, so we also would like to take care of our community, those people working in Mali city, and also the locals. We wanted to give them a service and provide service where they do not have to go very far to a resort to another country, but to give them the service that they need at HIH as well. Also, we think this is a very crucial thing for us to generate more revenue on extra things which we do as well. So we focus on customizing the packages based on the customer needs. So we never say no. If they wanted to have a wedding, we will not say that this is a package that you have to take. There's no other way, you have to take this. But HIH, we are trying to customize it so that we would be able to serve them with the package that they are looking for. We'll try our best to do that for them. Organizing a private dinner or in the garden. Somebody says my package is $100 per person. We cannot say no. They wanted to come, HIH, they wanted to get it. So we'll try to fix that in that price if we can. If we cannot, we will say to them and we will come to an agreement which will benefit for both the hotel and to the guest or customer as well. Also, we focus on local cuisine. We are trying very hard to implement local cuisine, a special cultural buffet, which is coming up very soon. So basically, those are the angles that we look into, and we also have very good revenue apart from rooms at HIH.
No, I believe currently what's happening, most non-revenue related things are coming from the children, recreational area, or from the kids play area, something like that. Because this area you need to donate, this helps parents to go to the spa and probably get the revenue part of it. But absolutely right, whatever you mentioned, this is something we cannot neglect, because this is the other source of income which helps the hotels to get a better profit. Nepal is famous for culture and people. How does your association work with local communities and tour operators to develop unique, authentic experiences that business cannot find anywhere else? And I visited Nepal. I've personally been there. You see there, in every corner there is something or the other where you can see the culture. And it's a beautiful place. Again, how does these small tour operators create that kind of infrastructure and probably help the people or what is coming out to show the authentic Nepal?
Yes, thank you. So, to answer your question, SATA itself is one of the top priorities that we have placed, right? So, besides SATA, as we all know that Nepal traditionally focus on natural culture and adventure. Definitely Nepal is known globally as a mountainous and alpine nation. However, Nepal is beyond mountains. This tagline is being promoted and this is going global, right? So what we felt out of our practice of tourism development for 80 years, what we have realized is there can be no other competitors than means investment we make in culture. So to borrow our words, she has placed high, I think Maldives has also placed high value in community-based tourism, and to borrow the Bhutan's philosophy of regenerative tourism. What Nepal has put now is we have enter into the world of emerging tourism, because this is possible out of our diversifications that we can introduce in cultural themes, right? So to make this goal meet, we have gone global in terms of digital marketing. Nepal Tourism Board is there. Lifetime experiences what Nepal is synonymous to, right? So we have gone digitally. Similarly, we have been collaborating, especially Uttar Association Nepal is collaborating with Nepal Travel and Tour Operator Association of Nepal, NATA. They are solely responsible for curating, tailoring, and making special packages, and they are selling globally. So we are also collaborating with them. So we have requested them to diversify new things and to make the guest experience something unparalleled in their life, which can never be found elsewhere or which can never be replicated elsewhere. So this is what we have requested them. Hotel Association Nepal, if you ask us, we organizationally, we from our end, also we have started collaborating and partnering with different organizations and stakeholders. For your kind information, after some time, I think you yourselves can experience the reach capacity of the producer, our pockets which we are placed there. And you can visit Nepal Art and Culture Festival 2025. We are about to celebrate for 23 days. And this is the starting year. From next year on, we will make a special package and what festivals and what special cultural things can tourists enjoy in Nepal. This will be disseminated globally advanced, right? So it will come in the form of our package. So besides these things, we request our tourists to go to homestays. Though we don't promote homestays, but in the urban settings there are no state-of-the-art facilities like hospitalities. That's why we have no other choice than to promote or render hospitality. So we do this, right? But besides, in addition to that, we also would like to take tourists to experience our own cultures. For example, Kasira or maybe Tira, where we make a kind of special type of bread, like donuts, right? We would like to request tourists to come and experience that. So out of these, all things we promote and we are trying to put them into practice. Hopefully, we'll be able to make a different brand, distinct brand of Nepal in terms of culture.
I had all these questions. What I've learned today is something like, though technology is important, and you cannot sidecast it. The only thing what I've learned is we have to integrate technology in the fullest in the hotel industry without losing the personal touch. If you lose the personal touch, as Sir mentioned very rightly, the customer is not going to come back. Creating those wow experiences for the customer is always helpful. Maintaining those small hotel associations, unbranded hotels, together integrating, absolutely that's the way forward for Nepal as well. And absolutely, so sustainability for Bhutan, that's a no-go, because you have to maintain and protect that kind of environment. So I believe all these things, we have to integrate everything and work with the hospitality industry. And I hope that's all from my side in terms of questions. Please add it if you want to add in something, any kind of personal experience, or probably that you could see that you want to tell the audience in terms how the hospitality industry can get into the best shape.
So from my side, what I request is SATA has given us this platform. So especially when our South Asia enters into the global marketplaces like WTM or ITD or maybe in Japan, and could be somewhere included in Africa as well. So we have to devise special joint promotion campaign. If we could promote our nation jointly, and if our tourists coming to Nepal would like to go to Bhutan or would like to enter Nepal from Bangladesh or maybe fly directly from Maldives, right? This type of joint cooperation, collaboration should be prioritized. And besides private sectors, even government, let's force our respective governments to devise joint promotional mechanism in SWAT level or at least in the present SATA level. This will definitely foster our tourism scene quite differently.
That's a very good point, Mr. Ding, because rather than going inter-city, you're saying go inter-country.
Definitely, this is what I'd like to express.
Just speak for that. Well, as as I mentioned before, Bhutan is a beautiful destination. And if you would love to see, if you love to measure the happiness, happiness as a well-being, not as a, the wealth that what you possess. If you want to measure the well-being of any tourist or any citizen, we welcome you to Bhutan. And also in Bhutan, we basically, take this tradition and the modernity in hand in hand. We take together, we try to, blend these two together, especially the hospitality. And also just to, share, we also known as the first ever carbon neutral, carbon negative country in the world. So we welcome you to Bhutan. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thank you. That'll be all for me. I hope you really enjoyed the session. Probably you've been introduced to certain things today as an audience. I probably yeah. Any questions from the audience side?
Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
You said, how do you ensure my security?
I just want to know how you ensure security and trust for the tourists.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is a very pertinent question. So, tourism security is our top priority. Everywhere, wherever a tourist goes or plans to go, they definitely have security in mind, okay, before planning or before venturing out. So, if you ask me this question, so I hope everything is clear, right? And even government, this is a culture tourism civil aviation. So, let's take for an instance the recent prize in Singapore that was not just far off than a week. So we made a special crisis handling mechanism. Crisis handling mechanism and special crisis handling text was placed. And even my own cell phone was globally circulated. Even I got a call even at midnight sometimes, 9 p.m. sometimes it was even early, so early at 6 a.m. So whatsoever security threats they felt was related to department concerns, and they tried to still the doubts of security in tourists. So we have placed a high security, so tourists were not harmed, and even tourists, though they were stranded for some time in the airports, there was no any problems that they had even an iota of an ounce of feeling of insecurity in Nepal. And I hope that South Asian region will be fully secure if we collaborate jointly and if we put our understandings and collaborations in place. So I would like to assure you that Nepal was secure and will be secure. Because we have that deep-rooted philosophy that Atithi Devo, guests are our gods. Definitely all tourists are in the form of God, and they are our dearest persons on the next door neighbor. Thank you.
And I believe, such incidents are unprecedented incidents, it can happen anywhere or anything like, and this is, you cannot be prepared for something. But I guess, you learn a lot, like, now something has happened, then you have an idea, then you learn, and then you create backup for the
Yeah. Well, just to share about Bhutan, it is mandatory by the government. Any guest entering Bhutan should be guided by a guide, tourist guide. So So ma'am, if you come to Bhutan, please don't worry. You are guided. The number of days you are staying there. So don't worry. And
That's an invitation to go to Bhutan. Any more questions? Is the invitation coming?
Good morning to everyone. My question is to other candidates, not to Trace. Hotel chair. In Bhutan, now what I see is we have a shortage of manpower, the people living outside. Do you feel the same pressure in your country, hotel industry? So I want to know from you all.
Though I'm not a panelist, but I'll just say, shortage of skilled manpower is a problem everywhere. Especially I'm from India. A lot of times I feel like the skilled manpower is still shortage. But I don't know about the other countries. Definitely, yes, they'll be telling us the better. But I don't know what is happening, especially with the hospitality industry. I feel that the skilled manpower is leaving and probably doing some other services because I believe hospitality industry is a thankless job. Sometimes I believe I've been in this industry for the longest time. So people are seeing some kind of better opportunities, but you face the same problem because of the
Hotel management is that about training and training aspects of culture. But I think it's partly because the migrated families from certain parts of the so the family data the art of management obviously exposure. So but for me, for us, it's like we also look to bring back local talent who has left Sri Lanka and to come back and join us. So that's required. But to answer your question, I think it's a global problem, not just limited to any one region. So we're all facing the problems. I guess we just have to run along and see where it takes us.
Is it the same for Maldives and Nepal?
Skilled people, it's a question. But I would say that in Maldives, it's very much decreased now. Because, for example, in our company, total management is locals. So it's improving, and we are working very hard on that to build people, to develop people. So in Maldives, I think it's decreasing. However, we are working on that. So we are working very hard to develop skilled people, and we will keep on trying. That's it.
I can hire so this problem is rampant everywhere, and we're also not on task or on objective. However, we have realized lately, after post-COVID, so this issue has been more escalated, right? So we have started launching some campaigns, especially in colleges. We have started requesting to those students who are pursuing their hospitality or tourism. And after going abroad for abroad study abroad program, they can come back. So this type of programs and activities have been requested to government. Hopefully government of Nepal will plan certain incentives for the workers or the staffers into this hospitality industry, and will be able to overcome inclusive disorder.
You're very right. This manpower shortage is a global thing. We are from Southeast Asia only, and we also seeing similar things. So I guess maybe eventually over a period of time things will get better. Any other questions, sir? Ma'am?
Hi, good morning. I'm a gentleman representing Nepal. I'm a returning tourist to Nepal. I've been there about 3 times. And returning tourist to Nepal, I've been there about 3 times. Just love Nepal. I've done Annapurna base camp, Mustan, Pokhara, folks and all and every time. But we always had problems entering Bhutan. It's just that whenever we were planning to enter Bhutan from Nepal, being a part of SARC country, they were always discouraged because they say Nepal, must be just rumors or not. I just want to clarify because that is one of those trips that we are planning to do on a big scale with my group of friends. Because they say Nepal doesn't want tourists. It's like low volume, high value. That's what they look at. And you have a SDF policy also. I'm not sure whether that is still in place or not. Also there are a lot of restrictions to enter Bhutan, and they don't want much tourists because they want in Bhutan they want to have less tourists. Is that all that true? I mean, if it's true, I just want to know what you're trying to achieve on a platform like this. But if it's not, then yeah.
Thank you so much for this question. Actually, I think that your concern is more to Bhutan, I think. Okay, so for Nepal, first of all, yeah, thank you so much. So you have already taken some beautiful and majestic trekkings. So I encourage all of you to explore the alpine range of Nepal. You'll feel something different once you do it, right? So as far as your question is concerned, we always encourage more tourists. So mostly, globally, if you look at the statistics of the data, the tourists who come for trekkings, they are not high-end. Okay, they are budget tourists. However, we have started learning from global marketplace that we also should aim for high-end tourists. To some extent, just like Maldives or maybe Bhutan or maybe Sri Lanka, to some extent India and Bangladesh. We are also copying, right? So there is no any particular restriction for the tourists. Whoever would like to visit Nepal, Nepal is open. We are open for all nationalities. Say for certain countries, even there is a visa issued after a special scrutiny. However, say for 12 countries or so at this moment, everyone can enjoy visa on arrival in Nepal. So we are open for all. And if there are any things to be done, Nepal Tourism Board is there, tourist police is there, even the association we have devoted our life and time in the service of tourists, and we won't let any problems be occur in the face of crisis or anywhere during their trips in Nepal. So this is rest assured. So now Bhutan is anything.
Well, thank you for the question, sir. Well, with regard to Bhutan, like as I mentioned earlier, Bhutan follows the principles of high value and low impact. Low impact. We basically promote, the responsible tourism. Because Bhutan is very small. If you start calling everyone in Bhutan, like it's a very small destination, and then then it's why 1 or 2 months. So that's why our government has taken a very careful, preventive measures in terms of like promoting this high value, low impact tourism. In a way that we don't have any capping, no capping on the number of tourists. Please be mindful that just to mention here that we don't cap, we don't like tell any country any tourist not to come to Bhutan. You are most welcome. But only the thing is we invite, we urge, we motivate, we promote responsible tourists. Thank you.
Though we are enjoying this session, I guess there's one last question we can take, and I guess it's all.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Aparna. I head sales and marketing for Shelter Program at Bangalore Hotel and Gateway. We have the pleasure of hosting SATA in 2023. My question is an extension to the manpower question that we just dealt with. In hospitality, like you rightly said, we have an immense depth of good workforce, both at the skill level as well as the mid-transition period. Now we have a lot of Gen Zs entering our workforce. So my question is pertaining to that. They have a very different mindset. While we can use their mindset to get the maximum productivity out of them, maybe we have to change our mindset to be able to work with them. So how do we make this industry
would say before anyone answers, like, this Gen Z thing, we need a separate debate. For like, we need a separate session on all this thing because, I've felt the same. Like, I've worked in hotels. The people who are working now, as you mentioned, Gen Zs, they have a different aim in their head. Like, probably their thinking is totally different. We were scared of our jobs. Like, I was working, but I used to be scared of my duty manager. Like, if I turn out late for 5 minutes, like, I was thinking I'll be thrown out. Nowadays, if you tell them, the Gen Z especially, they'll be like, sir, can you give me my pay and I'll do it. So that is one problem which I've been facing out there, and very rightly said. The answer is going to take a long time, but then I tell my panelists to probably just give a light on it.
I think there's no right or wrong answer there because it's one of those things in this day and age where we are in a digitalized world. Everything is on the palm. Some of these youngsters think they can become a director overnight or a CEO overnight. That's the perception they have. But I think what we had was when we were growing up, we had our fair share of hard work and come through. So, as I said, there's not a right or wrong answer there, but I think we just have to see how we can adapt to encourage youngsters to also more go on a digitalized world and also look at how technology can support that process. But I actually don't have an answer for that. A right or the wrong answer. Sorry.
Hold one more panel for this. Maybe next time there is while to add this session.
But at the same time, I want to say, talk about the manpower. South Asia in general, we have the best service providers globally. So you go anywhere in the world, with South Asian staff, leaders, managers. So just imagine if there was a attempt to bring them back, and I think we will be the best in the world as a whole. So
I totally agree, and I believe this hospitality, especially from the Southeast Asia or from South Asia, comes from within, and we have that zeal to probably provide that kind of service.
I think it's a bit of a problem because when we started, I remember the sunrise and then in my department. 12 o'clock during the day, I'm in my department. Evening when sunset, I'm still in my department. Midnight, 12 o'clock, still I'm in my department. That's the passion we had. But as you said, yes, we have a bit of a difficulty at the moment. What I am trying at the moment is to develop multitask people. Very hard that also, but I'm trying. Okay, so that would give a bit of a relief and to take care of the property. With that would help a little bit. I'm seeing that. So I'm working on that. We didn't come even closer to that level yet, but I think that would help for that one. By thinking that, I'm trying. Okay, just to share.
add to that, I want to say the hands-on and open book management will be crucial for us to get that into the practice on markets. Thank you.
That was a beautiful session.
Thank you to all the panelists for joining this wonderful panel. And we'd like to hand over a token of appreciation for the same. So I'd like to kindly request for you to stay on stage for a little while longer. And to do the honors, I'd like to request Mr. Abdullah Giyas, Chairman, Visit Notice Corporation, to do the honors.
Mr. Ugyen Tenzin. Mr. Ugyen Tenzin, President, Hotels and Restaurant Association of Woodlawn. Ms. Hawa Farisha, Hotel Manager, Hilda Island Hotel. Mr. Tek Bahadur Mahan, Board Member, Hotel Association of Nepal. And Mr. Nazumi Azhar, General Manager, Cinnamon Brand Colombo.
Now I kindly request before the panelists to take a group picture with Mr. Dr. Riaz and at the moment, session.